The thing about apples is there are so many different varieties. Some of them are new. I don't know what you're going to use, but we're making a curried parsnip and apple soup.
I've read one.
What kind is that? Red ones.
No,
the kind that are red.
Yeah, the royal galas. But
I like galas.
Yeah, I think the thing is you've got to just you find an apple that you like, and that's what you go with. But also, it's very important that what's on the the shelf that's local. If I'm standing in the grocery store and there's sorry, but American, Canadian, then Ontario.
The Canadian.
Yeah, of course. So
closer is better, just because the taste is going to be better. It didn't travel so long.
Yeah. But we're just saying, I think the Granny Smith apple gets a bad rap. I think it's a good apple.
It does, and I'm a supporter of Granny Smith apples. Just recently, I've kind of been cheating on them, but you know what? I still like the Granny Smith.
I like how you say cheating on them.
A little bit. Just trying a few others.
Soup. We're making a parsnip and apple, a little bit of curry in it, but a parsnip and apple soup. And it's very simple, but I think the thing is there's some neat tricks to really bring out the flavors in soups.
Okay.
I've got parsnips here. If I'm making a parsnip soup, there should be mostly parsnip in there.
Yes.
That's basic. But the thing is, I think sometimes we cut up all the other vegetables and we lose the flavor that we're going for.
Right.
And I always start with quite a bit of butter here. And don't get too hot with it. You don't want to brown everything. If you want that roasted soup, that's fine. But for me, I like nice, delicate, more elegant flavors.
Okay.
Just a little bit more elegant,
more elegant.
So parsnips in there, and then you're just gonna let them bring them together. But the other thing is a mirepoix. You hear chefs talk about mirepoix all the time.
Yeah.
What that is flavor builders. I'm doing a white mirepoix, which means there's no carrots in it, no tomatoes in it.
Okay.
But it's celery, it's got leeks, it's got onion. You can add some fennel into it.
Okay.
But all those things are going to come into the soup and give it more depth, so it doesn't just taste like pureed parsnip.
It's going to punch it up a bit.
Exactly. But again, I'm only going to put enough in there to build the flavors. I don't want to take it over.
Okay.
Then the other thing is apples.
Yes.
So, we've got my apples here, and again, I think I've got the royal galas, but I've just peeled them, seeded them, and just throw them in. But because it's a parsnip and apple soup, quite a bit of apple in there.
Yeah.
All right?
That's going to give it some nice sweetness, too.
So there's other ways to add flavor to your soup. There is the liquid, and there's also spices. First off, I wanted to go with some spices. I'm going to add a bit of curry to this.
I think that's a good move.
But you could add, if you don't like curry, you could just add a little bit of black pepper in here or white pepper. But, we had saffron, you could put in there, which is always good. So, just kind of adding any flavors like that you really like.
Yeah, it needs some zing. Yeah, throw it in there.
And then the other thing is liquids. I could put water in this. Yeah. It'd be fine. It's okay. I could put chicken stock in there. That's good. Or I can actually add a bit of wine, or because it's apple soup, I'm going to add apple cider.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And then a little bit of chicken stock.
Okay.
But the thing is, if you do have friends that are vegetarians or you're not sure, use veg stock. Because you can always add some bacon or whatever later on. But if you start a base with it being a vegetarian, and I forgot my garlic in here because everything needs garlic. But it just gives you more options.
Okay.
Okay. The other thing is you can add herbs at the end, but it's good to put the flavor builders in. So again, I got just a little bit of parsley and a little bit of cilantro in there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think that just gives it that zip. But so this is pretty much ready to go. Everything's cut quite small, so it doesn't cook for too long. Just let it simmer, and really all you're doing is you're cooking it to the point where they're just soft on the side of the pan.
Right.
That's it.
And then you got to blend, right?
Puree them away, and then you come up with a beautiful, simple soup like that.
Looks good.
It's that easy, and I think people don't make enough soups because they think it's a lot of work. You can complicate things, you can add more garnishes to it.
Yeah.
But I think the thing is the basic of soups is that.
Yes.
Okay. Then what you can do is then start to add in some of your garnishes.
It's all about the flavor when it comes to soup.
Well,
and that's a really nice consistency, too, on a cold day.
Well, and that's actually a good point, is I like to go through a finer strainer because it's more smooth, more, again, more refined on the palate. But you can leave it more chunky if you like. But I've added a little bit of prosciutto to this. A little bit of mint gives a little freshness. And then also a little bit of creme fraiche for bite. And all of a sudden your soup becomes nice.
That is beautiful.
And sophisticated.
Citylight.ca for that recipe. Looks great, Chef.